I grew up in a small town and I only ever heard the word vegan because one of my high school friends' moms was vegan and everybody thought it was weird. Like, that's the only association that I had with it. So I've always loved animals. Like, I didn't grow up on a farm or anything like that. I always kind of wished I would have because I think I would have loved it. But we always had pets, mostly dogs. We always had dogs, and I had a couple cats. And then I went to college and I met other people. I still hadn't known any other vegans. I think the most distinct moment is I was sitting in the sustainability office one day, so I'm already around all kinds of like-minded people, and somebody asked me if I was vegetarian, and I said no. And I'd been asked that question before, but I actually just kind of stopped and was like, well, why not? I'm probably a pretty emotional person in general. When I feel things, I feel them really strongly. So when I went home that night and just thought about the world, and I couldn't sleep, I couldn't fall asleep, and I think I cried about it, and I thought about all these animals, these billions of animals that were locked up in small pens and being sprayed with antibiotics and slaughtered, and babies taken away from their moms, and knowing those are intelligent beings, they can feel the pain. And that night, I just didn't even want to be a human being. I was so disgusted with the way things were. I couldn't even imagine myself embodying that. I was like, what's wrong with the world? And then I was like, well, I'm not going to be part of this anymore. Kind of just light bulb. Really the hardest part was other people having such a strong opinion about what I was going to eat. I didn't think that was going to happen, why other people should care. My grandma is probably the biggest issue, because even now sometimes she'll be like, you have to drink milk to get these vitamins, or you need to eat meat to get this protein. You're not going to be healthy. So that gets kind of hard, especially since I am technically a healthcare professional, so I know what I'm talking about, and that makes me kind of mad when she's like that. But sometimes she's super supportive and I found this new recipe to try. I'm gonna bake you a whole cauliflower, and I'm like, okay, that sounds gross, but thanks for the thought. They grew up just believing that meat was here for humans to consume. When I told them that I was going to be vegan, I think they were hoping it was going to be a phase, and they kind of kept asking me when I was going to be done or when I was going to eat normal food again. And they still every once in a while will ask, you're not even going to eat this? It's Christmas. Something like that. Sometimes it's hard, my grandma's vegetable beef soup was my favorite thing. Sometimes it's hard when she makes that and I'm the only one not eating it, because it's kind of like a family thing. It's more of the ritual behind it, and rather than the actual food. So I just make my own food and eat with them anyway. Periodically, sometimes it happens when I'm really stressed and I'm really hungry. All I want is a burger, just a greasy fast food burger. It's gotten better now that Burger King has the Impossible Whopper. Now I just eat those, so that's not as bad. The first time that it was really, really bad, I think, was my first Thanksgiving. Not that I wanted the turkey, I don't remember what it is. I think I just wanted the gravy or something, everything smelled like that normal Thanksgiving meal, and you look forward to it all year. I do, because Thanksgiving was my favorite. You look forward to it all year long. So that was really hard because I hadn't been vegan for very long, so my recipes that I had weren't very good either. So I was eating kind of crap food, and everybody else was stuffing themselves with this really good smelling food. And then Christmas was like that too, but then the next year I made sure that I made extra delicious stuff to make my family jealous, and I'm not above that. I have a fiance, he was my boyfriend at the time. I don't know if he thought it was just gonna be a phase or what. He was kind of more shocked about it, I think. He didn't really know what that meant for us, because we used to make meals together. So then it took some time to find foods that I could eat that he liked too. He's also a very picky eater. Derek does still eat meat, but he'll only eat meat from his family farm or meat that they've hunted. And just being more conscious about the decisions that I make in general. That's kind of really what it's all about, is every action that you do, every purchase you make has some kind of impact on something or somebody. So I want to make sure that just making the things that I'm doing have the least negative impact possible. I didn't become vegan for the environment, which for me was more about the animal welfare, because I just knew that it was the right decision to make, that it would make me sleep better at night. I feel like I'm doing something good for everybody. I know that it takes less crops, less food to feed a human being than it does to feed a cow and then recycle the cow and eat the cow. I know there's more land available for trees and natural habitats than for farmland if we can reduce that. If somebody was ever thinking about converting to a vegan diet or anything like that, I know it can be really difficult for a lot of people. And I think the main message that I would give to people is have a why. Like, you have to have a reason, and it has to be important enough. Otherwise, you're gonna beat yourself up about it when you fail. If you look at my dog, I imagine somebody like treating her the way like a farm cow would be, a commercial farm cow would be treated, and it makes me wanna cry. Like, it makes me wanna curl up in a ball and almost die. Like, I can't be part of that. I think, especially right now with the state of the world, I think it's just so important with our environmental crisis. It feels good to be on the right side of history. And anytime I think about it or question why I'm doing it, I think about the animals. So I don't think I could ever go back.